Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Since it's a weekend, let's do both days. Saturday, August 21st, National Brazilian Blowout Day. National Spumani Day. That's like champagne, right?
Champagne, yes it is.
National Senior Citizen Day as well. Sunday, August the 22nd, National Surgical Oncologist Day, which is a pretty specified thing, but also a pretty darn important thing. National Be an Angel Day. National Bao Day. B-A-O. Wonder what that means. National Bao Day. National Bean Better Day. Bean Better Day. Or Never Been Better Day. I don't know what that means.
Never been better?
B-E-A-N, though.
Oh, B-E-A, oh.
National Tooth Fairy Day and National Pecan Tort Day. All of those things happening this weekend. And I just checked that National Bow Day. Guarantees your taste buds will be shouting, wow, wow, because it's an ancient Chinese delicacy. B-A-O. I still don't know what it is.
Okay. Me either.
And I searched for it. I do know this. I've got a guest joining me this weekend. Steve Rubin is my guest. He's got a new book. This is one of many that he's done. It's called The James Bond Movie Encyclopedia. Going to chat with him all about that in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. New study suggests that moms with young kids increased their booze consumption by nearly 325% between the beginning and the end of the COVID pandemic. That is a bunch.
And I wouldn't even necessarily limit it to just people with young kids.
Well, that's who they did the survey for. So, Heidi, she's got a straw sticking in a wine bottle. Just kidding. She doesn't really. She doesn't use a straw. A new study claims climate change was killing dinosaurs before the asteroid hit. That's why they were all driving electric vehicles.
But I thought people caused climate change.
I don't know. I've got a link to the study, which I figured would probably be controversial. It is in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. During a video visitation with her boyfriend who was in jail, a Florida woman got herself thrown in jail. She was revealing a lot more than she was supposed to be revealing and doing things that she wasn't supposed to be doing. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I guess I didn't know there were rules like that for video chats.
Well, yeah, she was in the prison at the time, talking to them at the time. Daniel Ferrero, 38, traveled Sunday afternoon to the jail for an hour-long virtual visit with inmate Cody Thomas. He's
Probably
25.
Danielle.
What did I say?
You said Daniel?
Oh, I'm sorry, Danielle, yeah. Anyway, in the lockup in the video visitation building, he was elsewhere in the facility. The visitation session occurs via internet feed. There's no physical contact between the two. But during their time together, they were talking in a very lewd manner and talking about all kinds of things that they, again, at the end of the day, say what you want to say, but she was doing some things she wasn't supposed to be doing and revealing some things that she wasn't supposed to be revealing. So he's in jail, by the way, 30-day sentence for drug paraphernalia, driving without a license, and now she's in trouble for exposing sexual organs in a public place. So sounds like quite the interesting couple right there. There we go. We'll just say that. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com. Hey, if you want to be buried right next to Marilyn Monroe or Hugh Hefner, they have a new crypt available that just came open. Somebody owned it and they decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to sell that crypt. So if you want to be, in between Marilyn Monroe and Hugh Hefner, you can be there for $2 million. You thought it was expensive to live in L.A. It's even more expensive to die in L.A., according to that. So what do you think that would be kind of cool to be, eternally between Marilyn Monroe and Hugh Hefner? I don't know that.
It would not matter to me
like
either way.
It's not like you're going to be chatting.
No, you're not going to be hanging out with them.
Yeah. After suing Disney over the handling of the movie Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson has recently been cast in a Wes Anderson movie. So we wish you the best. James Bond star Daniel Craig says he won't leave his fortune to his children. So that's an interesting story. And did I mention I have a guest today that happens to be the expert on James Bond? We have Steve Rubin, the James Bond Movie Encyclopedia.
A lot of Bond fans out there.
Yeah, we're going to be chatting about that. There's a new film coming out as well. It's coming soon. Going to chat all about that in a bit. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scupa of the day comes your way, courtesy of PureCanaCompany.com, promo code radio. The bassist for the band The Cure has quit the band, saying that he's, quote, fed up of the betrayal. So, not sure what was going on there. You know what they need? They need a cure.
They need a cure. The Cure needs a cure.
Britney Spears in the news. I know you're shocked. What would she be doing in the news? Well, she stated that she is posing topless on Instagram frequently because she wants to look at herself in her purest form. Yes, I have a link. If you're interested, it's in the show notes. And Lady Gaga's dog walker is now homeless and is now begging for cash on the streets and on the internet.
Okay.
So remember, he was walking Lady Gaga's dog, because I was being goofy and said Lady Gaga's dog.
Yeah, okay.
And then he got beat up or got mugged or something.
And she fired him because he got beat up?
I don't know. I have no idea what happened exactly. There was some shenanigans, some hooliganism, and anyway, now he's homeless and looking for dough. Staten Island band Wu-Tang Clan rapper Method Man. You know who I'm talking about here?
Oh, yeah. You nailed that. You can tell you're a totally huge fan.
The Wu-Tang Clan rapper, Method Man.
You've never sounded so white ever.
Is naming his new cannabis brand after his first solo album, TICAL. Tickle? Is that how you say that?
Tickle.
Tickle? Which stands for Taking Into Consideration All Lives. Method Man is launching his own marijuana brand, and there's a second story about it. And here's a cool story. A Honus Wagner baseball card just sold for $6.6 million. If I said his name wrong, it's because I don't know anything about sports. But anybody's baseball card to be $6.6 million, that's a lot of dough for a baseball card.
You bet.
So whoever had that, congratulations to you. And I'm going to have to Google that and see who the heck we're talking about here. Because, again, I'm not a sports guy, so not my thing. But I think it's really a neat story. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with Steve Rubin. He's got the complete James Bond Movie Encyclopedia. So how did you get interested in James Bond? What was the thing that first sparked your interest that said, boy, I want to do more with this?
Well, it goes all the way back. I was 11 years old. My dad would go on business trips, and he would always bring back paperback books. He read a lot of Westerns. I wasn't really into Westerns, but one day in 1964, he came into my room and dropped a paperback on my desk called Goldfinger. And it had a naked woman on the cover. She was obviously tastefully covered in gold paint in the right places. And I looked at it, I said, "What is that?" And he said, I hear it's pretty good. You might like it. I actually had read it and liked it. So I started reading a James Bond novel, and It was amazing. I mean, for an 11-year-old prepubescent boy to be exposed to a James Bond novel was pretty amazing. And that was the year that Goldfinger was released as a movie that Christmas. So the twin impact of reading the paperback and seeing the movie, it was my first James Bond movie. I had missed the first two movies, which were released in the U.S. kind of a little less fanfare, Dr. No and From Russia with Love. So this is the movie that really got me interested in Bond, and then we go ahead about 16 years, and I was a young writer post-college looking for a book to write about, and I decided to write my first book, which was called The James Bond Films, a behind-the-scenes history. And
you've written several other books in this same genre, and you're kind of the go-to guy when it comes to anything James Bond, aren't you?
Right. I've maintained, well, look, the James Bond movies have been around since '63 in the U.S., so we're going on over 58 years, so multi-generational. I always maintain that there are three things certain in life: death, taxes, and James Bond movies.
Absolutely.
So it's a gift that keeps on giving, and I'm really looking forward to the latest movie, No Time to Die, which, of course, has been postponed many times because of the COVID. This
book, the James Bond Movie Encyclopedia, came out, was it November of last year?
It did. I originally brought it out last year. Obviously, we thought we'd have a James Bond movie last year, but I'm getting a second wind with it now, because now that there's a Bond movie in the atmosphere, people are asking me questions about 007. I've done a lot of research over the years. I've also, in addition to writing, I do commentaries where I, either myself or a friend will go on the DVD or Blu-ray release, and we'll talk about the making of the movie. And I've discovered some interesting things. For instance, when I was doing the commentary track for Never Say Never Again, which was Sean Connery's last Bond movie in '83, I was interviewing one of the screenwriters, Lorenzo Semple Jr., and he told me a story that back in the 1950s, when nobody knew anything about James Bond, a Fox contract player named Gregory Ratoff got the rights to Casino Royale, which was the first James Bond movie. And they were actually thinking of developing the character as a female.
Oh.
I mean, like a Jane Bond. They were looking at Susan Hayward, who was a popular Oscar-winning actress at that time. And so I found it fascinating that 007 could have started out as being a woman. Of course, that didn't take, and it took another probably 7-8 years before they brought in Sean Connery.
Again, the book is called, and you've got several here, but the newest one is The James Bond Movie Encyclopedia, and it came out just the tail end of last year. I see you also have a book about the Twilight Zone, and some other fun topics as well. So you're not just a James Bond guy; you're kind of interested in a lot of stuff, aren't you?
I am. My first book was called Combat Films: American Realism, 1945 to 1970. Where I explored the history of some of the classic World War II movies like The Longest Day, The Great Escape, and Patton. I'm going to throw a link to make it easy to find the new book and the other books as well. Mr. Rubin, thank you for your time, sir. You're quite welcome, John. Again, The James Bond Movie Encyclopedia. It's available now. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Shaquille O'Neal only ever made one three-pointer. Yeah, one time in his entire career. February 16th, 1996, the Magic played the Milwaukee Bucks. He received an almost full-court pass before he shot a three-pointer. Despite being the only official three-pointer in his career, he went down in NBA history as one of the greatest players of all time. That just wasn't his thing, the three-pointer. So,
But he was super effective.
he was at the, I believe, two-pointer, if I understand basketball. Once again, not a
sports
sports
people.
guy. That is today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. British researchers have developed a math equation to predict if a married couple will get divorced. And I went through and did the math equation. And Heidi, you better not be too sick of me, because according to their equation, we're together forever.
I can't think of anything that would make a couple get divorced than saying, here, figure this math problem out together and see if you're going to... I would say that problem probably has a 100% outcome that, yes, you're going to get divorced.
Okay. Did you do the math right? I'm sure I did the math. Well, you got to double check your math. I don't think you carried the one. You're going to be carrying all your stuff to the curb. All right. That is today's news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A snake collector in North Carolina had a zebra cobra escape, and it caused a frenzy for days in the neighborhood. He got to plead guilty.
So it's a cool snake that's all stripy?
Apparently.
Cool.
Paying restitution and giving up his snakes. 21-year-old Christopher Gifford charged last month with 40 misdemeanors.
Yikes.
And all from the venomous snake's escape. Authorities ultimately captured the snake. The snake actually had escaped in November, and they captured it in June.
Oh.
So it was on the lam for a while.
Jeez.
He didn't tell anybody, though. That's part of the problem. So you got the snake that's wandering around, and he didn't report the
Well, he didn't
missing
want to get
snake.
in trouble.
Exactly. That's why. Because he had a bunch of other snakes. So it says he did plead guilty to not reporting the missing snake. In exchange, they dropped 39 other counts.
Whoa.
Also going to be dismissed for other things. He said it was a huge mistake. The court said they're going to listen to whatever he has to say. Said, whatever I can do to fix it, I've been trying to do that. The Cobra was reported outside a home back in June, captured 2 days later. During a search, residents were told to stay away if the snake was anywhere near them. Just call 911. Don't touch it.
Why would one want to own an actual venomous snake?
I don't know.
I mean, you can get the venom taken out,
I
right?
don't
Why
know
would
how
you
that
keep one that's purposely...
Hey, I don't have any. I don't know.
No, I know you don't have any.
All right. See, there we
Don't
go.
get any ideas.
No, I gotta. All right. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. A Kentucky resident has been indicted by a federal grand jury after filing a false loan application for COVID funds. Calden Iswani
A lot
of Boone
of that
County,
happened.
Yeah, charged of wire fraud, punishable by 20 years in prison. They say he applied for $94,900 in COVID relief funds through a federal program meant to support small businesses who were struggling because of negative impacts of COVID. He applied for a loan in August of 2020 on behalf of a company called Jericho Delights. On the application, he claimed the company has 14 employees, made a gross annual revenue of $352,700. Well, the truth is there are no employees, and there was no revenue. It was all made up. He also used an address in the loan application that wasn't his address. It's an empty lot. Sadly, there have been several other allegations of fraud schemes related to the same program all across the country. Here's the thing. If you did that, you're going to get caught.
Well, you would think they would look into it a little closer before handing out those funds.
Well, a lot of the time they got caught before they got the funds, and I believe in this case he did. I don't think he ever got the money. He applied for it, so he's being charged with wire fraud. but bad idea. It's today's Moment of Da.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready for this one?
I think so.
All right. Tallgrass, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
It's a rehab center.
And the answer is Rehab Center.
Yes, it is.
Good job, Heidi. Wow, you are amazingly good at this
Yes,
game.
I am.
I like that. She's been wrong a lot lately. I tried to give her the easiest one I could think of, so that does not sound like a golf course. Can you imagine golfing in tall grass?
I bet the rough is tall grass.
Maybe that would be a really difficult golf course. Where's the fairway? It's over there. Grass has got to be 4 feet tall. That is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And our headline for today, a couple sends books to inmates to show them they're not forgotten. A couple from Iowa sending books to inmates in Dallas County Jail to show the inmates that somebody cares. Diane and Robert E. Findley have donated 3 carts of books so far. The books come from different local libraries and bookstores and community members. So that's really kind of a neat thing. There's a video here that has all of the details on it, but I can't really play that on the radio. That'd be kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
Everybody watch this video.
Everybody likes to read.
I wonder if that's something that everybody could do, because it's a county jail. So I wonder if everybody could reach out to their own county jail and say, hey, do you guys need any,
Sure you
need any
could.
books?
I don't know why you couldn't.
And I wonder if there are, like, restrictions on what kind of books you could get.
Oh, I'm sure.
So what is this title? How to Break Out of Prison.
Yeah, I'm sure
maybe not
there are
things like that.
restrictions.
But no, I do think this is a really neat idea. I shouldn't even joke around with silly things like what I just said. But I do think this is a really neat idea. And this sounds like a really sweet couple in Iowa, Diane and Robert Findley. And again, 3 carts of books donated so far. I have several books I could probably donate.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I've actually donated to other, never to a jail, but to other organizations that need things like that. But I get books sent to me all the time by authors.
Yeah.
And I've got stacks here that I go, I'm going to read these someday. And then I never do. And I want to, but I just never do. So one of these days, maybe I'll load up some books as well. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.